Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And yeah, we have a completely different setup. No, I have not changed rooms. This is still my office. You're just facing the opposite direction. The desk used to be over there. Took the bookshelves out, moved them to the master bedroom, cleaned up in here, less cluttered. My light is now behind me rather than like over in the corner. So we're doing a little bit of changing here. So let's start. This is the introduction to the next Meg Cabot series I'm covering. So this is Allie Finkle's Rules for Girls. So this is definitely late elementary. The main character, Allie Finkle, is 9 years old. She is in the 4th grade. So this is very much not focusing on boys. This is very much focusing on friendships. So there are 6 books in this series. So you have Moving Day, which is the first book, The New Girl, Best Friends and Drama Queens, Stage Fright, Glitter Girls and the Great Freakout, and Blast from the Past. So those are the 6 books in this series, and I'm going to cover every single one. So this revolves around a young girl, again, Allie Finkle. She's 9 years old. She's in the 4th grade. She lives in a university town. Her father is a professor. Her mother works in admissions, I believe. So they have been living in the suburbs, and her parents have been having to commute, particularly her father. Her mother is going back to work. She has 2 younger brothers. One's in kindergarten, the other's in the 2nd grade. So I'm guessing mom had taken time off with the kids being young, particularly the boys. And so she's now going back to work, and they don't want to be commuting so long. And her mother is into renovations, particularly old ones. So they bought an old Victorian mansion that has complete with maids' quarters. And essentially they're moving. And Allie has to deal with the fact that it's the middle of the school year. We don't know exactly where they're at. She hasn't indicated clothing-wise what time of year it is. So I don't know where they are. And it could vary. Strangely, if I remember the Princess Diaries, she never really talks about coats and jackets and things in the freezing cold of New York City, but which is interesting now that I think about it. But we don't know exactly. They're in some unknown imaginary university town. And it goes through basically friendship stuff. So she has 2 younger brothers. She's 9 years old. She's in the 4th grade. And it essentially follows some of this drama. She's obviously middle class, well-educated parents. So it's that kind of demographic. They are, I'm going to grab one of the copies. This is book 2. So, and see how long these are. Roughly, well, she has her whole list of rules, which go to 211 or so pages. But the book itself, the story itself, let's see, goes to, if I can get to it, about 205 pages. So moderately long. Again, this is geared toward that late elementary age group, because again, Allie Finkle is 9 and in the 4th grade. So that's really it for this. I'm going to be covering this series, which again is those 6 books. And then I will be moving on book series wise, going back to Catherine Lasky. If you've been following the channel, and I covered the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. I'm going to be covering both the Wolves and then the Polar Bears series of hers. That will finish off the year. The Polar Bears, I think, transition into next year. And you guys, I'm filming this just so you know, this is the beginning of March of 2023. So that's when the whole room changing thing. And yeah, there's flecks of paint again. I'm painting. Not this room. As far as I know, this is not in the cards quite yet. I'm painting my family room, which is huge, and it's white, and yeah, there's white in there. But moving on into 2024, series-wise, this is what is planned. Finishing the Polar Bear series, we're going to move into the 3 graphic novels of the Animorph series because I cannot find the rest of the book series. My library doesn't have them. I believe they are still in print, but they're not as popular as they used to be. So they're redoing them in graphic novel form. So there are 3 of those. I am going to cover those. Then I'm going to do an in-depth look at the Anne of Green Gables series. I did early on in this channel, when I first started, I did like a giant 1-hour video on the Anne of Green Gables stuff. I'm going to take it book for book, including the short stories. I'm going to cover all 4 Sullivan films, and then I'm also going to cover the TV series, which was called The Road to Avonlea, or just plain Avonlea, depending on where you were. I knew it as The Road to Avonlea. It showed on Disney when I was a kid. So I'm going to be rewatching those 7 seasons for the first time since I saw them as a kid on television. So it will be interesting. Once I'm done with Anne of Green Gables, I am going in, and The Road to Avonlea and all those books. I'm going to go into the Boxcar Children, and we will cover the first 19 of those. Those are the originals. There are over 100. I'm not going there. I'm just covering the original 19 wrote by the original author before I think she passed. And then I'm going to the Wings of Fire series, which I'm going in blind. Similar to the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, even this book series, Allie Finkle, I've never interacted with this. I'm more familiar with Anne of Green Gables. I have some familiarities with the Boxcar Children, just the loose ideas. I think my sister's reading it to her kids now. They're very, very popular, as is the reason there's a bunch of them. So I will be covering the Wings of Fire, and that will finish 2024. What's going on regular stuff wise, I'm doing some January loosely. I'm covering some interesting things like glassmaking and metalworking and kind of interesting hobbies, because I think there's like a National Hobby Month. So I'm covering something like that. Black History Month is February. I have a tendency to cover Irish stuff in March. April, I don't know yet off the top of my head. We're not there yet. So that's kind of the loose idea of what's incoming. You can check out the rest of the channel. I've been on here for about 2 years now. I've covered the Princess Diaries. I've covered at least 3 series of Tamora Pierce. I've covered a whole bunch of stuff. So please like and subscribe. Check out what I've got and look forward to Allie Finkle. Thank you.